well, a neutral argument as why people are kind of like having a major reaction to uh, immigrants and things like that is I created this theory called like natural mixing of the races, where like we're eventually going to get a place in the world where every society is going to be like naturally mixed, like almost equally mixed, and there's going to be a lot more like mixing of the races. And there's going to be like like a peak where like the world is going to be a lot more mixed than what it is. Um, but when I'm talking about things like that, it's meant to happen over the period of like hundreds of years, which it has been going on for hundreds of years, and it's going to take hundreds more years in order to get to the place where I envision is going to go. And so the reason why people are getting frustrated, which I can understand is could be sort of frustrating for people, is because we're seeing so much immigration in such a short period of time.
Wow.
It's like we're seeing hundreds of years of immigration in the space of like 30 years. And it's not giving people, like white
Wow.
people, for instance, enough time to acclimate to new political and social climates. So that could be potentially the thing that's creating the problems with people and making people be like, oh, you've got all these black people like, around my hometown recently. That's a bit odd. So it's just like that's like an argument into why we need to slow immigration down is because to make the pace slower, so it's less overburdening for people and it's less likely to create racist sentiment then. And because you're like stretching out the mixing of the races for, like in a longer period of time, because it's not going to be so sudden and so quick, people are going to get used to it better and there's going to be less frustration as a result. So that's kind of like a neutral argument as to why people are getting frustrated when it comes to immigration and why it might be worth slowing down the immigration. But there's a lot of other things that, like immigration is a far bigger problem than what they're actually talking about. It's actually like a big, massive global problem. And some people on the left do mention it now and again, but like there's not many people on the right wing that are actually mentioning it on how big of a problem it actually is and what that problem is actually to do with. But that's like a story for another day, another video.